Good evening. I'm very sorry for all the things. There was something going on with my phone. It's the storage. So I had to go get help with one of my kids to fix it. So, but also want to pay my respects to Charlie Kirk's family. The man just, his life was taken. The people obviously didn't believe in what he believed in. He was somebody it debated, and he was a lovely young man. He was a year older than my oldest son, and he respected anybody's opinions. He was a Christian, and he believed, obviously, in Christ. And also, I want to pay respects to the young lady who her life was taken the other day by a gentleman on, it was, I don't know if you call them trains or buses. The lady came from, young girl came from Ukraine to have her life better, to make a better life for herself. She was a year older than my oldest daughter, and her life was taken very sadly by a gentleman that was homeless and unwell. And according to he had a very bad criminal past. I hope they catch these people, and I hope they jail them. Is just because you have an opinion on somebody, I'm going to say I have an opinion, and it differs you does not mean that it's okay for you to take the person's life. It's wrong. It's okay to have different opinions. And we have the freedom of speech. That's a whole point of freedom of speech. If you don't like something that somebody says, well, that's fine. You don't need to go hurt them for it. Okay? Now, on to the topic tonight that we're speaking about. I just thought it was very important to speak on what was going on with Charlie Kirk and the young girl. I'm sorry I can't pronounce her name because it's a Ukrainian name, so I'm not exactly sure. I don't want to say it and kind of butcher the name, sorry. Obviously, the topic of what we're speaking about is Area 51. Everybody knows the Area 51 was aimed for the controversy over and conspiracy theories over UFOs and things like that. I mean, I don't know. Um, I'm I'm open for to find out if what's true, not true. I mean, but I'd like to know the truth. Area 51 is a highly classified United States Air Force facility located at Groom Lake in Nevada State, officially known as Homey Airport. It was established in 1955 as a base for testing advanced aircraft during the Cold War. Its extreme secrecy has fueled widespread conspiracy theories involving aliens, UFOs, which the CIA only officially acknowledged in 2013. The area is heavily restricted and protected by armed guards, surveillance, technology, and deadly force orientation against trespassers, but it has become an unofficial tourist destination due to public fascination with its secretive nature and paranormal theories. I think with the place is you're allowed to go up and there's a certain line, you're not allowed to pass it. They're fine because if you look in the house, I've seen for different people's videos that there's armed guards at every point. You might not see them, but they definitely are there. And obviously, they're behind it, they're behind the fence. And I know there's a few people who's actually managed to sneak into Area 51 and give you kind of videos on them. I mean, I know specifically one, I think it was not long ago, and it was a older gentleman. How he got in there, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm gonna get my hay fever is playing up very badly, so it is. It's absolutely driving me insane. If anybody's has got it, you know what it's like. the purpose and history, the Cold War aircraft development. Area 51 opened in 1955 to develop and test cutting-edge aircraft, including the U-2 resistance plane, according to the BBC. CIA acknowledgement. I mean, I know that there's a lot of secrets that was even they keep them from all the presidents at the time it opened. So I don't know who actually opened this thing, but it was definitely, it's been even kept secret from the presidents. And I think obviously some presidents went like, no, here we need to know, sort of thing. I don't, I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it was JFK or somebody after him, but definitely there was a lot of secrets are being held in that facility. The CIA acknowledgement. The facility's existence was kept secret for decades, but was officially acknowledged by the CIA in 2013. That's because they were forced to tell, because everything was going on in the lies and things and the secrecy, so they had no choice. And there's more. I know there's more, because there's a gentleman at work Tara knows about it. It's Dr. Stephen Greer or something. Stephen Greer. He's very interesting to listen to. I like things like this. I do believe that there's other things, there's other species, so we don't know, but it'll be interesting to find out these sort of things. High secrecy. Its purpose, activities and existence were largely known to the public until the BBC reported on it. It's largely unknown, to the public until the BBC reported on it in 2019. I think people were talking about this before the BBC. I love how they decided to have go, oh look, we reported on it and everything. I have been seeing things for Area 51 for before 2019. So I think, no, I don't believe that. They're just trying to get their wee bit in. Don't believe, see the BBC, do not believe anything that lot tell you. And I'm not even kidding. Security and access. Restricted area. Area 51 is part of the Nevada test and training range and is not accessible to the public. It is not. You're not allowed in it. I think it's ridiculous, because now we know. Wouldn't it be better if at least there was something that the public can know? Then it's going, oh, this is that, and this is this, and this is what we're doing. Be open and transparent with people rather than having all the lies. This is the thing that's wrong with these people. Because there's lots of people are about. Don't believe, I believe in other species, right? And I do not. They've been coming here that long. They've never harmed anybody. They're telling us to look after the planet. And they're trying to interfere. Obviously, these people are trying to interfere with that because they've known about these things beforehand. So the protection is protected by warning signs, electronic surveillance like motion sensors and CCTV cameras, and heavily armed guards. I have seen that on videos. Sarges, and there's TFIL. There's even my cousin went there for when she after she get married, and obviously they went away down like Route 66 they call it in America. They went there, and obviously they seen different pictures. And then she just started, because they had at that time no kids, so, and also the work very hard, so they travelled quite a bit in America. They absolutely loved it. So it was nice to see the photographs and the videos of her. She said the best place she loved, it wasn't just being there, she only wanted to get pictures taken with Area 51. But our best place was obviously Disney. But the place is heavily, heavily, heavily protected. They've got cameras where you think there wouldn't be cameras. They watch you all the time. And they tell you not to come very far, because there's the front entrance and then there's the back entrance. So there is, you can move, but you just don't go too far, and don't tempt your luck, because they will jail and fine you. They will fine and they will put you in a jail for a year. It could be longer if you don't behave. Because even Americans mean they're going to jail you, they will jail you. Unlike the UK. No fly zone. A no-fly zone is in effect over the base, and trespassers face detention and the authorisation of deadly force. It means that you're not allowed to fly your drones in any of that. You can see if you drive miles down the road away from there, then you're fine driving and just flying, obviously there. But you do not ever fly your drones over a military base. Never. I mean, coming from a military family, believe me, you don't, because it could get shot down. You can get shot as well, because these are the things, and these are army bases are there to protect. They're there to protect and serve the public. Us, do you know what I mean? Not just in America, the ones in America and here in the UK. So respect them. I mean, honestly, you've got to have hats off to these men and ladies that do the job that I mean. I wanted to be in. I wanted to be a dog handler, but I got told that I couldn't because I wasn't the right height, or it was to do with my medical condition. So I get that was thinking, but that's fine. But that's probably why I've got loads of animals, because I'm absolutely love. And it was a thing that you had really they want, and especially my granda being in the Navy and my dad being in the Army, obviously they wanted obviously the oldest granddaughter to come in to follow their footsteps. It didn't happen. I mean, not a lot of the people on the side of the family we just didn't want to be working for the thing, but I respect people for it. Conspiracy theories, obviously everybody knows about the aliens and UFOs. It has come out and it's coming out more, but they're very slowly, they're still very, they're still keeping a lot of things to ourselves. Now, the thing with they're saying, oh, there's going to be an attack. Now, see if you start seeing things and the military are shooting at things, believe me, that's an illusion. It is not UFOs. The UFOs are not here to attack us. They're here to protect us from them. But obviously the military are going to be told what to do and what to say. So just remember this, okay? The base's intense secrecy has led to numerous conspiracy theories, including claims that it stores crash-dealing spacecraft in the bodies of extraterrestrials. They do. And it's not just them. I believe there's other things that they're doing that, and they've made their own ships there. So they have, and they've taken it off the alien ships and thingy there, copied obviously their technology, and now they've got a few that they can fly about. So, and it's been spoken about so very openly. The Roswell incident. Some theorists believe that the alien remains recovered from the alleged 1947. It's funny how this happened just after the war, right? Now, I've got actually some things about, I don't know, like there's some things about this, I'll speak about it in a minute. UFO crash in Roswell, New Mexico were brought to Area 51 for reverse engineering. Now, they're telling you that it was brought to that place in 1947, which means there was stuff there in underground before. So, obviously, people are fascinated by what's going on in there, but it's the lies they keep telling. If you keep telling lies, people are going to keep trying to dig and find out until you've got no choice but to tell. For 1940, remember who they were fighting? They were fighting Hitler. I mean, it's like in World War One, my mum's mum, they fled in World War One to America. They weren't keen on it, and then came to the UK, to Scotland, and settled here. But obviously they went into the wars and things like that. So, and I'm very proud because we've got the documentations of their military. But they were Jewish. They had to change who they were, change their names because they'd left everything behind, everything, because obviously they had no choice but to flee. So, because it's a shame because unfortunately with Jewish people it's still happening, and I don't think anybody should go through things like that at all, just because. And at that time, Hitler, it's like he was very, very. He was against everybody. He was against Jews, Christians, anybody. It wasn't in his line of thinking. He was absolutely psychotic. So he was. I mean, at school, I was never allowed to learn about Hitler because obviously the Jewish thing. But I wasn't brought up Jewish. I'm not Jewish. But I respect my family because if it wasn't for them fleeing to here, then my gran wouldn't have met my granda, and then my mum wouldn't have met my dad. So, and I wouldn't be here. My kids wouldn't be here. My grandsons wouldn't be here. So, yeah, I do respect my ancestors, but yeah, it is thing, right? Because it's not that this was all set up, and I think it was set up because obviously back then after the war they brought some Germans who were very good at technology and all the rest of it into places like this, into Area 51. They'd been forced to do it, and then had the same way NASA as well. And this is all true because I've watched things, and I'm sure if I remember rightly, Stephen Greer talked about it. But if it wasn't him, it was somebody else that knows things like that. Just as like Stephen Greer, but they were brought. And these people are lunatics. You think how and what they had, and you're kept in there. They were kept for secrecy and things like that. They're only allowed to see this, that, and other thing. They probably get beds and everything down in there because according to, and it's a big stretch right underneath. And the fact is, you can get a full-blown aeroplanes and everything. And so, if you can get aeroplanes, trucks, and all that, just think how massive that is underneath the base, underneath the Area 51. And it probably leads all the way to Lincoln NASA. But so, just think about that. I mean, but it is, the fact is that things are coming out now about Area 51. It's with everybody anyway, because I know it's a big thing for the Americans, not just Americans, everybody in the world, with all the controversy with obviously with Area 51, the UFOs. Do you know what I mean? It's because we all sit and wonder. I mean, what do you believe? Do you believe that there's other species? I mean, 'cause to me, it comes under the paranormal, right? The same way like Bigfoot and all that. To me, I think Bigfoot is either from coming through another dimension, and that's why you only see him or her, at different times, or there's people that are born from head to toe hairy. So it could be there. It could be that, because remember, there's back in the times, I mean, there's only so many people that are born head to toe with hair, and it's a medical condition. And also, a lot of people, once they went away and hid because they were getting bullied and things like that. So it could be that, or it could be somebody that's experimented in the Area 51 and something's escaped. So we don't know. That's me just. I don't know. It's like, I think people probably picked up on this, but there's like the wee cafe and all that I've noticed. I noticed it my cousin's thing, and it's going to be UFO outside and flat, and it's actually so cool. And I'd like to take my kids. I mean, my kids are like that, whatever. But I think it looks cool. I'm into it. My kids are into their computer games and things like that. I mean, typical into teenagers. But I've always been interested in things like this. I mean, it's historical. It was just after the war, so it's like, what else are they keeping? What secrets? What other secrets are they not? Because I remember watching, and it was a few gentlemen, and they were asked questions, and they kept dodging some answers, and they were asked again, and they said, we can't answer that. We can only tell you really what's basically on a bit of paper. But they kept dodging the questions. As I say, go to Dr. Stephen Greer. He is very up there when it comes to this line of stuff. My light just flashed. Cool. But it's not that, as I said, I believe in UFOs. I believe in different dimensions, because we're souls and we've came into these bits of flesh to learn and open up and look after Earth. And obviously these ETs are coming to warn us and tell us to look after the planet. But don't sit and believe all these people that sit and go about the climate change. It's a climate change, yeah, not the way somebody like Bill Gates, Soros, or they don't believe anything they tell you. And I mean, they're lies. They've lost it up there. Totally lost it. And I mean, look what he done over the last few years is like, and look what's happening is their brain wash so many people is so wrong. WF, Soros, Bill Gates, there's many other rich elites that are involved, but obviously the CIA are a different league. I might actually speak about that. But I mean, if you go to Colin, the Paranormal Files, he speaks a lot about topics about all things like this, about Area 51 and CIA and different sort of topics. And it's on he's got 2 channels. I just can't remember which one he does them on. So I'll link both of them here, and I'll link Dr. Stephen Greer's, because Dr. Stephen Greer is very intelligent, very, very intelligent. Listen to what he's saying. Even listen to Kenny Biddle. Do you know what I mean? Kenny Biddle is amazing. Honestly amazing. As I say, I believe that we are spiritual beings. We are spiritual beings. There's no ifs, no buts about it. I mean, it's like we came here as I said, here for the reason. watch Dolores Cann. She speaks about things like this as well. And there's another gentleman, I can't, I'm not, I would try to say his name, but I'm not going to, because again, I would butcher it. I mean, it's like when I try to say somebody's name for the video before, I heard myself back in the video and I'm going, oh my God, I sound so bad. But I do, as I say, I do try to say things, because if you don't try to say something, then you've got to learn somehow, haven't you? It's like being a small child and learning. And this is a learning stack for not just me, for anybody that is interested in not just Area 51, but any topic, because this is interesting. This is something that has been going on for before the 50s. So, for what they said, it was opened up as, it was opened up well before that. Because they were talking about the Roswell thing and aliens crashing, and now that they're openly talking about they've used the technology from the UFOs into these new and getting a flat, and they're going to use them. They do openly talk about this, even in like WF and all that, they talk about this stuff. So, and they're going to use it against the people. So that listen to what these people are telling you. But because they're mental, absolutely mental, these people. It's like, as much as Elon Musk, you think Elon Musk would ever, he's wanting to inject things into your head or whatever, because it says it helps. Leave people alone. Just leave. There's the Chinese are trying to do, in fact, I'll do a video on that, because that's just mental. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, put it in the comments below. But if you believe in ETs the way I do, put it in the comment section, say yes. If you don't, that's fine. And what's your opinions on this sort of stuff? I'm interested in learning from you as well, because we learn from each other. This is what our opinions are about. It's about debating and learning and going, right, okay, right, I'll go learn that thing and etc. Do you know what I mean? But we certainly don't need to be killed for it. We have our opinions and we have our freedom of speech. Let's keep it at that. And again, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, and rest in peace to that young lady. Please send love and light to their families, yeah, and pray that these people are caught and put behind bars. But as I said, leave your comments in the comments below about what's your thoughts on Area 51 and the controversy and the conspiracy theories about it. I'm interested in learning from you. So, sending love and light, and good night. And please, please, please keep your family close. Okay? Sit and tell them every single night that you love them, and give them a big hug and everything. Good night, and love and light.